Obviously, great win for our team, top 25 opponent. Somebody told me they had 95% of their scoring back, but I thought they could easily come into tonight's game 18-2. They had a couple wild losses late in games. They're extremely well coached. They play extremely physical. I thought the key to the game would be our rebounding. We were going to have to get some second chance points because they're so solid defensively, which is what veteran teams are because they've been coached. They've made mistakes. Plus, they have depth, so if guys don't defend, he puts other guys in. So our second chance points were big for us. We were +8. I thought that was the difference in the game. Very happy for Prince. Obviously, Chris played great, but I thought Prince's attitude in practice the last 2 days was great. You know, so many young kids this day and age, when things aren't going their way, play the victim instead of looking in the mirror. And we had a talk. I want him to finish his career. Him and Alex are just great kids, but we need him to help us win some games. So I was just really happy that he made those shots for him. Obviously, when the ball goes in, it helps the coach's blood pressure. But they're a very good team. We got to play them again. Great win for us.
Coach, 30 points from Chris Smith tonight. Can you just talk about what he did for your offense, especially in the second half?
Well, you know, the one thing about it is, you know, another thing, you know, in recruiting, so many guys want to talk about what position they want to play. And the guy with the biggest advantage is the guy that's playing guard, but he's being defended because I'm playing him at the 4. But nobody wants to play it when you recruit. But I'm playing him at the 4 because he's the guy that got to go against their big guy all night. So I'm a big mismatch guy. I mean, it's not like I'm giving it away. Guys that saw me coach at Cincinnati, trying to get the matchup we want in attack. It's hard to run plays to score against them because they're just so well schooled in their help side. So tried to get Chris the best matchup I could and ride it home. But you know, he's such a good free throw shooter, and we've worked hard with him at drawing fouls, and it's really made a difference in his game.
Coach, you mentioned rebounding. I'm over here.
Hey.
Hi. How did you kind of get the team in that rebounding mindset, knowing that Colorado is such a good rebounding team and knowing that it would be important in this game?
You know, we show a lot of film of their offensive rebounding. Practice, you know, we had a couple of days of practice boxing out. And, you know, to be honest with you, a little bit of what happened last year when Colorado swept UCLA, just really outmanned them both games physically. You know, you can't let that happen. I mean, you know, obviously we're trying to build a program, and you're never going to build a program if you get pushed around, especially at home. So we had a lot of talk about that, a lot of practice, a lot of film.
Coach, you build up a double-digit lead. Didn't come out pretty, as strong as you would probably have liked in the second half, but they clamped down. You know, what can you say about the team finishing this game?
Well, really proud of them. Obviously, you know, we play a lot of young guys. And, you know, even Jalen and Cody, you know, they're still young guys as far as playing experience, where it's different when you sub in and if you don't play well, they take you out versus being the guy that has to play. So it's still a learning process. I mean, a lot of guys are still learning. We still make a lot of plays that are amazing, to be honest with you. We're, you know, but you know, I have to I just haven't coached these guys that long. We still make some mistakes, some mind-blowing mistakes at times. But we did enough to win the game. That was the most important thing.
Coach, Hill and Riley both struggled with fouls tonight. Riley fouled out. Hill had 4 and couldn't play down the stretch. What kind of went into the choice with lineups down there, knowing you had to play small against a big team in the final minutes?
Well, once we were up by 2 possessions, it was 5 or 6. You know, we were trying to go with a smaller lineup and take away the 3-point shot. So we weren't really worried about a size at that point. And you're trying to get your best free throw shooters on the floor. Press offense and 3-point defense.
You say that CU was a physical basketball team. They played physical tonight. How do you think your team responded?
I say that as a compliment.
Yes. And how did you think your team responded to that physicality?
Well, we won the rebounding battle by 10. But, you know, we had 2 guys foul out, another guy with 4, 2 guys with 4. So, you know, we're going to have to see them again. It's going to be a lot harder, obviously, in their place. But you play real teams, veteran teams. They're going to be physical. That's just part of it. And if you can't match that, you're never going to be a real team. So it's a great learning process for our guys. I was proud of I thought early in the game we might have surprised them with the way we were rebounding the ball. You know, it evened out. Second half it was 20-10 at half and ended up 39-29. So the second half was they kept us off the glass for the most part in the second half. They're boxed out a lot better in the second half.
Coach, talk about the play of your point guard, Tiger. It looked like he really controlled the game, although he didn't score a lot.
Yeah, I mean, right now at this point in his career, it's really, I think, any points he gives us are kind of icing on the cake. You know, he's so young. He's playing so many minutes. And what he's learned is what most recruits all want to play as a freshman. They don't realize the whole key to being able to do it is defense. And two things: defend, take care of the ball. Coaches don't play guys that don't defend and don't take care of the ball. And in this league, you got a lot of really good point guards. You know, the McKinley Wright's a tremendous player. You know, I'm drawing blanks on, I don't even know who Peyton Pritchard last week, Steve Thompson, you know, Quade Green. I mean, he's had to guard a lot of good players. And in high school, you know, good high school coaching, if you got a great player, you tell him don't foul. I don't have anybody else as good as you. So you hide him on defense. And then these guys get to college, and now they got to actually, not only do they got to play defense, they got to guard a guy older and it's really, really good. That was state player of the year himself somewhere. So it's just night and day. That's why young players tend to really struggle on the defensive end. Same as when they go to the pros.
Coach, breaking the press seemed to be a bit of an issue against Oregon on Sunday. How do you think you improved on that? And
We had a few eventful trips. You know, we hadn't all year. But we had a couple of eventful trips today as well. We got better as time went on. Just hadn't been pressed a lot. So you're going to win games. You know, teams are going to press late. So it's something we got to improve on still, I would say.
As far as growing the program and the culture, was tonight a good step
Absolutely.
forward?
You know, I think it was an ESPN2 game. You know, you got recruits watching. You know, you're trying to send a message about, you know, guys are going to do two things. They're going to play really hard and they're going to play together. And I thought we trying to do a much better job of our camaraderie and playing together. We always had great guys. I just don't know. It's hard to play together when you haven't been through tough times together. I mean, it's the reason in the military why basic training is so brutal. You know, they force you to bond before you go to war. So, you know, we've been going through a bonding experience all year with these guys where they realize their fates are relying upon each other and that nobody's going to feel sorry for us. So it's been a process. We're getting better in that, learning how to stay together. Thanks, guys.